Maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer and you're asking the question, how do I find my own Medicare supplement plan? What steps do I use? What website do I go to? And is there anyone that can help me, maybe for free? So let's take a quick look at what the online options are for do-it-yourselfers who want to find their own Medicare supplement company and maybe even apply online. Let's start with the federal government, the Medicare Plan Finder tool, and supposedly it's a tool you can save a whole bunch of time, find out exactly what you're looking for. So here we are at the Medicare.gov Plan Finder tool. I'm going to put in my zip code. That's what you need to do when looking for a Medigap plan here. Pick which county is associated with you because it is a county by county and zip code basis. And now they show us, and I guess what is this? The lowest premium to high. That has nothing to do with anything as you're looking for different plans. But anyway, let's go down and look at the popular Medicare Supplement Plan G or Plan N. They don't even list the Plan N. Oh, there's Plan N. That's so bizarre how they listed in order here. But let's look at Plan G, for instance, because that was a popular plan up until this year. And so it says the range here in my area for a person, it doesn't even ask what the age is, but let's just say the range is $90 to $284. This will vary widely, of course, as you go to different parts of the country, but let's go look at the plan details. It's showing generally you'll pay this, generally they'll pay that, covered services include Part A, Part B, and all this good stuff. So let's look at the premium though. We want to find a plan. Oh, it took me back to the beginning. Back to Plan G, and let's see which companies are offering Plan G. Now again, we're looking for the cost on these plans and potentially the opportunity to enroll in the plan, trying to do it yourself and trying to go out there and find out which plan's best for you. So it lists, first of all, they're packaging everything into their categories as to how the actuarial numbers have achieved the price that's available for the plan. Most of the plans are attained age pricing. As you attain another age, it's going to go up in price based on the age in which you are when you're on that plan. Issue age pricing, that's supposedly going to stay in place whatever it was when your policy was issued. Community pricing is supposedly they can't do anything to you that they're not doing to the entire community as a whole. The little hidden gem that as you do this for over 20 years you'll figure out in this industry is whether they do it as attained age pricing model or issue age or community pricing model. There are different gimmicks and, well, let's say actuarial tricks to getting a rate increase passed on to you, the consumer, no matter which one of these that they go for. Let's say they say community pricing is one of these plans does community pricing. They may have within this plan, hypothetically speaking, a discount for those people that are brand new to Medicare, people turning 65. However, magically, that discount disappears over the first 5 years. They say that the rates are always kept low because of community pricing, but if you have a discount, and the discount, follow me here, the discount disappears over time, that's another way of saying you have a built-in rate increase, similar to an attained age rate increase based on your age getting older. So you can call it a rate increase by a different name as a rate increase still. But let's go in here and look at the majority of these, which happens to be the attained age pricing. So let's expand this to see all the companies here. And this supposedly is based on what? Not alphabetical order. It's just showing me all the different companies. And this is Medicare's website for the information available to you for Medigap plans. So let's see if I can see what the prices are here. No, I've got the company headquarters. Let's see, Mutual of Omaha, maybe they'll show me the price. No. United World, which is also Mutual of Omaha, they shouldn't be showing both. That's strange. Pyramid, which does not even sell directly consumer. That's strange. You can't get anything there. They're showing Continental General, Continental Life, and they're not even showing Aetna. So this is outdated, and it's a brand new website. This is the brand new version, the debut of the new Medicare Plan Finder tool. So I can't see any pricing. This is sorted by something weird. It's not even alphabetical or based on pricing. And all I've got is each company's information. So you could, hypothetically speaking, contact these insurance companies directly, all 20 of them, to find out what their prices are, what it's based on, what their AM Best review is, and all that kind of good stuff. So that's Medicare. Well, let's say you want to go to your state Department of Insurance. Maybe the state Department of Insurance in the state where you live will help you with this search. I'm going to pick two random states here. Let's look at the state of Tennessee. Very friendly people, their Department of Insurance. And I'm going to go to Consumer Resources here and find a Medicare supplement plan. Now I don't see anything about Medicare there. Let me just go even more. This is lost. Let me do a search for Medicare on this page. It does not exist on the page. So there's no help there for Medicare. Maybe I can type in on the search bar Medicare on Tennessee's website, and they'll help me with a Medicare plan to find one. Here's a warning on scammers, a guide to finding it yourself. Tennessee Medicare supplement market share. That's just a report of who's got the market share. Minimum standards for insurance company. It does not have a place where I can actually go search for plans or companies. Now I can, if I go to their website, I can search for verifying an insurance company's license, and I can look up a list of licensed companies, but I can't tell them by which market they're in, like if they actually do not just health insurance, but Medicare. This is just a lost maze that I'm going to go to. So Tennessee is absolutely no help. What you can do here in Tennessee is you can verify an actual agent exists, and you can verify that that agent has a license in Tennessee, like here. Here's my license and here's my son's license. We're both licensed in the state of Tennessee. So that's good. You can verify that, but you can't find yourself a Medicare supplement plan. That's disappointing. Let's look over in another state of South Carolina. Can you go to Consumer Services Division of their Department of Insurance and find where you can search for Medicare supplement plans? Because, let's say that you have a friend or a relative or you live in the state of South Carolina. I'm going to go into online services here and see if I can find a Medicare. No, there's no way to do this here. You can, again, verify someone's license, but you can't find which companies sell Medicare supplements or what their rates are. Let me do a search on their website for Medicare, and maybe you could try this in your state. What is Medicare supplement insurance? Well, this will be a helpful article, right? What is Medicare supplement insurance? It is a federal program. That's it. There's no list of companies. There's no list of ratings. There's no pricing information for the carriers. Again, you're on your own. So if you do find out which insurance companies are in here in the state, then you could contact those. You could look at list of approved HMOs or list of approved companies for it's a lost rabbit hole that you can never get to. Let me show you the tool that I pay over $3,000 a month for me and my 3,200 agents that are a member of my training site where we teach Medicare for folks. I'm looking at the same zip code here. Let's see if I can make it larger. So I'm looking in the 29466 area zip code. Female, turning 65, hypothetically speaking. Now, this is a snapshot in time. These rates will change, and they're definitely different for different parts of the country. This is also looking at open enrollment. If you're looking at someone who is later changing plans, there may be a variation in the price depending on their health qualifications. Some companies have one rate for people in open enrollment and a different rate for people who are having to go through health underwriting. That is, if they miss their open enrollment or later just wanting to change plans. So this, again, is just a snapshot in time. These numbers should be verified before taking action on them. But here I list all the companies. And again, this is something I pay a lot for so that my agents and me, we all can have access to them. But this even gets better. Not only am I seeing the pricing as of today, and these prices change all the time. They change sometimes quarterly from the different companies. So if I'm looking at the first top 10 companies here, these prices may change it may change tomorrow depending on a rate increase that they filed, months ago. So we have to look at this as to what is the exact effective date. So I'm going to put on here the 1st of next month is the effective date I'm looking for, and go ahead and run that and get quotes again. And it may shuffle to some degree, these companies, because a lot of them change within just pennies of each other. So as I have the list of companies that are available, this is my access because I'm an independent agent and I pay for this access and I see this every single day. I can click on expand quotes and look what happens. Not only can I see the company, I can see their parent company. I can see their latest AM Best rating. Now what we do in my office is we verify this every time, because even this data can be updated between the time that it's published on this website and then updated over at another company like AM Best. But I can see their ratings, I can see their S&P ratings if they existed on here, and whether it's going up and down. I can see their application. I can actually see the company's application. So if you were applying based on health underwriting, I can see if you could qualify or not, because I can pull up the actual application that you would have to go through. I can see how long they've been in business in this particular market. Some of the brand new companies that have just started have been in the market, like this one, since July of just last year. This one since just December of last year as we record this. But You can see if they're a B++ rated company. If they're not even rated with AM Best at all, that's something I would definitely look at. There are a lot of companies out there that are so brand new into the market, or they've been in the market for a long time and they were looking bad on AM Best with a negative outlook, and it was getting worse for them, like a B+, B-, all that. And if they're going worse, then sometimes they'll even pull themselves off of AM Best so that AM Best can't look at them. You need to look at that. Here's one right here, not rated, outlook negative, last time it was on there. So these are things that we want to look at when we're considering in my office whether or not, here's one, whether or not we want to consider putting a client with this carrier. Now, we pick the carriers before we pick the states and the clients. We want to make sure that we've done all of our due diligence on a carrier from top to bottom, management, ratings, outlook, reviews, everything, members, length of time in the market, how many people they've got insured. We want to look at all of that before we will even consider putting that on our roster of companies that we will represent. Look at this one. Here's one that just started like basically yesterday. Years in market, non-existent. Just absolutely just started with the B++ rating. And I know where this company is. I know their history. I know who's behind it. I know who they're doing the outsourcing for the administration to it and all those things, because I'm a professional in this space. My only point is this. As you're considering finding a Medicare supplement plan, you can either, one, become a do-it-yourself expert and do the research necessary to get a tool like this, to then spend countless hours researching the background of all of these carriers. And there's a lot that goes into it to make sure you're even looking at the right parameters. What is your buying criteria? Is that the most important? If someone tells you, yeah, but my plan is community rated. Oh, well, I guess my buying criteria is I need to find a community rated plan. That's not the right buying criteria. Trust me, we know this over thousands of people. Or if the person says, well, I need a company that's only A++ rated. Well, there's only one or two in the marketplace. That's not the right buying criteria. We want to know who is the reinsurance carrier, who's administering the plan behind the scenes, how long have they been in business. So you can have an A-rated carrier or an A- or an A+ rated carrier. That's not necessarily the top, but that's not the biggest factor as to whether or not you're going to have a good experience with this insurance company. My point is, you can either become an expert, get your insurance license, buy access to tools like this, and spend all of your time, which would be more than a hobby, your full-time occupation becoming an expert in Medicare, or, and this is my point, you could let a professional do it for you at no additional charge whatsoever. See, we don't charge for our service to do this. This is what we do all day. My only focus in life is the Medicare industry. I train other agents as to what's happening in the Medicare industry. I search every news article. It comes to me every single day of what's happening in the industry so that I can be an expert in one area so that you don't have to. You don't have to be an expert in Medicare. We can tell you what the most important things to look for are, and based on your zip code can tell you who matches that criteria in your zip code. If you choose to use us for your service, it costs you not a dime. It makes no difference if you go through us directly. Let us do it for you, and we do the application process. And we do these applications so easily now. It's like second nature. We know what to expect. We know what goes on what's blank, and we can get you on there and off of there in quick time once we determine with you what the best choices are and narrow down that choice. And you know, if you have an affinity for one of the companies and you hear it in the list of the top companies that we recommend to you, you can say, look, I've had a good experience with a Cigna or an Aetna or a Mutual of Omaha in some other facet in your life, maybe through an employer workplace or through life insurance or whatever. You may already know something about one of these top carriers, but we want to give you the full story and how it compares with their competitors in the marketplace. So we can help you through that process. It doesn't cost you anything. And I just encourage you, eliminate, as you're making Medicare choices, eliminate all the stressors that are part of it, because you don't have to become stressed out about it. We can tell you what the most important factors are, and in your area, who meets the best criteria, so you can just save time and have peace of mind, knowing that you've got the best research possible. If you want to get 2 or 3 opinions, go for it. You might be talking to one of my agents anyways. You're getting the second opinion. But please let my office help you. We want to provide value on this YouTube channel so you can stay apprised of what's happening with Medicare. And as those things are happening, you could take advantage of them if an opportunity presents itself, which it often does. And our clients that are on with us already get the firsthand knowledge of what's happening in the market. And should a pivot be recommended that you go to it, we'll bring that offer to you so you can say, look, you're in a good place because we put you there, but there might be another opportunity as things are changing. The winds of Medicare now are changing due to laws and regulations that are coming that might make it to your favor to consider a change. We'll give you that option always. We're never going to do anything for you without you saying, yes, that sounds good. I have peace about it. I'm going to sleep well at night. Let's follow that recommendation. So our service doesn't cost anything. You might as well use us. My name is Chris Westfall, and I encourage you, while you're here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. So as things are happening with the Medicare industry, you can stay apprised of it, and you can know always that you have access to the best possible plans in your area. That's what we do, and that's all we do. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.